Good morning students. Welcome all of you to online English class. In the previous class we have just completed an environmental essay written by Vandana Shiva, that is everything I need to know I learned in the forest. In today's session let us take a play called as A Sunny Morning written by Serafin and Jacqueline Alvarez Quintero. These two Spanish writers, Jacqueline and Serafin Alvarez Quintero, they were called as Golden Boys of Madrid Theatre. They have written more than 200 plays, and all these plays are comedies and romances. They were popular writers because of highlighting the Spanish manners, comedy, irony, love, etc. And the given play, A Sunny Morning, it revolves around two lovers who meet after so much of time, after so many years after their separation. They accidentally meet in a public park in Madrid. So Madrid, it is the capital city of Spain. They meet in Madrid, a public park. Before we begin the play, let us see the setting. In the setting we have Madrid. In the city of Madrid we have a public park. In that public park, a retired corner, and in that corner we have a bench, an empty bench. So this is the scene and setting. And in this play we have majorly four characters. The first one is Dona Laura and her maid Petra. Next we have Don Gonzalo and his servant Gianito. So these are the four characters of the play, and let us start the play. Scene: a sunny morning in a retired corner of a park in Madrid, a bench at the right. Don Laura, a handsome white-haired lady of about 70, refined in appearance, her bright eyes and entire manner giving evidence that despite her age, her mental faculties are unimpaired, enters leaning upon the arm of her maid Petra. In her free hand, she carries a parasol which serves also as a cane. So now we have the first character, Dona Laura, and the appearance of that character. Description: Dona Laura, she is a handsome, white-haired old lady of 70 years. Her age is 70 years. She is white-haired and she is looking good, refined in appearance, looking very active. Her bright eyes and entire manner giving evidence that despite her age, her mental faculties are unimpaired. It means even though she is old, her mental faculties, her ability to think and act, this ability is not damaged. Enters leaning upon the arm of her maid Petra. By taking the help of her maid Petra, Dona Laura enters the park. In her another free hand, one hand she is just taking the help of her maid Petra. In another hand she is holding a parasol, colorful umbrella. And this parasol, which also serves as a cane walking stick. It means Dona Laura is using that umbrella, parasol as walking stick as well. She is carrying a parasol and she is using that parasol, umbrella, as a walking stick. And now, Dona Laura is the first character to speak in the play. Dona Laura: I am so glad to be here. I feared my seat would be occupied. What a beautiful morning. Petra: the sun is hot. Dona Laura: yes, you are only 20. She sits down on the bench. Oh, I feel more tired today than usual. Noticing Petra, who seems impatient: go if you wish to chat with your guard. Petra: he is not mine, Senora. He belongs to the park. Dona Laura: he belongs more to you than he does to the park. Go find him, but remain within calling distance. Petra: I see him over there waiting for me. Dona Laura: do not remain more than 10 minutes. Petra: very well, Senora. Walks towards the right, Don Laura. Wait a moment, Petra. What does the Senora wish? Don Laura. Give me the breadcrumbs, Petra. I don't know what's the matter with me, Don Laura. Smiling, I do. Your head is where your heart is with the guard, Petra. Here, Senora. She hands Don Laura a small bag. Exit Petra by the right. Now, Don Laura is the first character to speak in the play. Don Laura is saying, she is so glad to be there. She is so glad to come to that public park and to her usual bench. So by this we can say that she is a regular visitor to the park. How we can say? Because she is saying, I feared my seat would be occupied. Her seat means she is a regular visitor to the park. Her seat would be occupied. What a beautiful morning. Don Laura exclaimed that was a beautiful morning. But Petra is saying that the sun is hot. For that Don Laura is saying, yes, you are only 20. So why Don Laura is saying Petra that she is only 20? Because the simple things which are enjoyed by the old people cannot be enjoyed by the young people. Why? Because here Petra is just 20 years and for her the sun seems very hot. She sits down on the bench. Oh, I feel more tired today than usual. Noticing Petra, who seems impatient. Now, by sitting on the bench, Don Laura is saying that she is very tired today than usual. She is feeling very tired that day than usual. And she is observing Petra, who seems impatient. Why? Because Petra is walking here and there. She is waiting for someone, looking for someone. So that's why Don Laura is saying, go if you wish to chat with your guard. By observing Petra, who seems impatient, Don Laura said to Petra to go and meet his guard. For that Petra is saying that he is not his. The guard is not Petra's guard. He belongs to the park. It means he is the guard of the park. He is the watchman of that park. So Don Laura is saying, he belongs more to you than he does to the park. So according to Don Laura, that guard belongs more to Petra than he belongs to the park. It means he belongs more to Petra than he belongs to that park. Go find him, but remain within calling distance. So Don Laura said to Petra, and she even gave permission, you can go and meet your guard, but she has to remain within calling distance. Petra, I see him over there waiting for me. After looking at another corner, Petra said, she is waiting for me. He is over there waiting for me. So Don Laura said, do not remain more than 10 minutes. So Don Laura said to Petra, not to remain more than 10 minutes, go and come back soon. Petra said, very well, Senora, walks towards the right. So Senora, it's a Spanish word used to give respect as instead of madam. So Petra said, very well, madam, walks towards right. Don Laura, wait a moment. While Petra is about to leave, Don Laura asked Petra to wait for a minute. Petra, what does the Senora wish? So that's why Petra is asking Don Laura, why you asked me to stop? Don Laura, give me the breadcrumbs. So now Don Laura asked Petra to pass her the bag of breadcrumbs. Petra, I don't know what is the matter with me. Now Petra is saying she don't know what is happening with her. Why? Because instead of giving the bag to Don Laura, the bag of breadcrumbs, she is carrying that bag along with her. She has completely forgotten to pass over that bag to Don Laura. So that's why Petra is saying, I don't know what is the matter with me. For that Don Laura, by smiling, Don Laura is saying, I do. That means Don Laura know what is the matter with Petra. So what is the matter? Your head is where your heart is with the guard. It means Petra's head and heart both are with the guard. It means Petra is always thinking about the guard. So that's why she is completely involved about him and her thoughts are occupied by that guard and she is always thinking about him. So that is why she forgotten to pass over that bag of breadcrumbs. Petra, here Senora. Petra passes the bag of breadcrumbs and she exits. She leaves that corner and moves to another corner to meet her guard. Don Laura. Adios. Glances toward the trees at the right. Here they come. They know just when to expect me. She rises, walks toward the right, and throws 3 handfuls of breadcrumbs. These are for the spryest, these for the gluttons, and these for the little ones who are most persistent. Laughs. She returns to her seat and watches with a pleased expression the pigeons feeding. There, that big one is always first. I know him by his big head. Now one, now another, now 2, now 3. That little fellow is the least timid. I believe he would eat from my hand. That one takes his piece and flies up to that branch alone. He is a philosopher. But where do they all come from? It seems as if the news had spread. Haha, don't quarrel. There is enough for all. I will bring more tomorrow. So now Don Laura, after saying bye to Petra, glances towards the trees at right side. She is looking at the trees. Here they come. So now they come. They know just when to expect me. So according to Don Laura, the birds know when to expect Don Laura. She rises, walks towards the right, and throws 3 handfuls of breadcrumbs. So the bag of breadcrumbs which she got from Petra, Don Laura she threw 3 handfuls of breadcrumbs to the birds. These for the spryest. The first handful of breadcrumbs is for the spryest, very active birds, and these for gluttons. Gluttons, the birds which eat excessively. The second handful of breadcrumbs is for gluttons, and these for the little ones who are the most persistent. And third handful of breadcrumbs is for persistent little birds. Persistent, who are continuously trying how to eat and how to fly. Persistent little birds. They are too little, but still they are trying to learn. So first handful of breadcrumbs is for the spryest, very active birds, and the gluttons, the birds which eat excessively, and the third handful of breadcrumbs is for little persistent birds. Laughs. She returns to her seat and watches. So she returns to her bench. By sitting on the bench, she is observing these pigeons feeding, how these pigeons are eating the breadcrumbs. She is observing the birds. She is having a pleased expression. She is smiling. She is enjoying herself by observing the birds feeding. There, that big one is always first. I know him by his big head. Among all those pigeons, she is identifying one pigeon by its big head, and she is saying that this pigeon always comes first. I identify this bird by its big head. Now one, now another, now 2, now 3. So like this, all the birds. First one bird came, now the second bird, third bird, like this. Number of birds they gathered. That little fellow is least timid. That bird, little fellow, the little bird, it is least timid. It's very weak. It's very small bird. I believe he would eat from my hand. The bird is such small that the bird is unable to eat properly. So that's why Don Laura is saying the bird would eat from my hand. I have to take the bird and I should feed that bird from my hand. Another bird takes his piece and flies up to that branch alone. He is a philosopher. Among all those birds, one pigeon, it collected the piece of breadcrumbs and it just flew away from that group to the branch alone. One bird flew away to separate tree and he is a philosopher. So why she is comparing the bird which flew alone to a philosopher? Philosophers always, they wanted to be alone, to think about society, to think about the mankind, to think about the human's life, so etc. The philosophers, they prefer to be alone to think about human's life. But where do they all come from? So now here Don Laura is saying how these birds came here. How do they know? It seems as if the news had spread. It seems somebody told these birds about my arrival, about Don Laura's arrival, just like that. As if the news had spread, all the birds gathered there. Haha, don't quarrel. while eating, all these birds are quarreling to get the breadcrumbs. So that's why she is laughing. By looking at how the birds competitively eating these breadcrumbs, there is enough for all. She is saying that there is enough breadcrumbs and I will bring more tomorrow. And even she promises that she is going to bring more breadcrumbs tomorrow. So this is how the first two characters, they enter the play and they had conversation. The first character to enter the scene is Petra and the second character is Don Lora. But the first character to speak in the play is Don Lora. After arriving to the corner, her usual bench, Don Lora is saying that she is very glad, very happy to be there. Before coming there, she feared that her seat would be occupied by someone. By this we can say that, so Don Lora, she is a regular visitor to that park. And she said, the sun is very beautiful, so it's a beautiful morning. But Petra is saying the sun is hot. For that, Don Lora is saying, yes, you are only 20 years. Just like you, just like your warm blood, even the sun seems very hot to you. And now Don Lora sits on the bench. She is observing Petra. Petra is impatient. Why? Because she is walking here and there. She is continuously waiting for someone and observing the other side of the park, other corner of the park. By looking at this, Don Lora said, go and chat with your guard. You seem so impatient. For that, Petra said, she is not my guard. She is the guard of this park. By this we can say that Petra's friend and boyfriend and even lover is the watchman, the guard of that park. For that, Don Lora says, he belongs more to you than he does to the park. According to Don Lora, the guard belongs more to Petra than he belongs to the park. And she said, yes, you can go and meet him. For that, Petra said, he is over there waiting for me. By noticing the guard, Petra said, he is waiting for me. And Don Lora said, go, but remain within calling distance. Just Petra about to leave, but once again Don Lora asked Petra to wait for a moment. Petra asked Don Lora why she asked Petra to wait. Then Don Lora said, give me the bag of breadcrumbs. Now Petra is saying, I don't know what's the matter with me. Why she is saying so? Because instead of giving the bag of breadcrumbs to Don Lora, she is carrying that bag along with her. She has completely forgotten to pass over that bag. For that, Don Lora is saying, I do. I know what is the matter with you. Your head is where your heart is with the guard. The reason is that Petra is always thinking about the guard. Her head, even her heart, these both are with that guard. So that's why she is not having much of interest, much of practical thinking in other things. Why? Because she is always thinking about that guard of the park. And now she gives that bag of breadcrumbs to Don Lora. She exits by the right. So now Don Lora rises from her bench, walks towards the right side. There are trees and now they just arrived, and she throws 3 handful of breadcrumbs for the pigeons. The first handful of breadcrumbs is for the spryest, that is active birds. Second one is for the gluttons, the birds who eat excessively. And the third handful of breadcrumbs is for the persistent little birds who are trying to eat, who are learning to eat. After throwing these 3 handful of breadcrumbs, she comes back to her bench, sits on the bench, and now she is observing with a pleased expression. She is happily observing how birds are eating and how they are quarreling. And now one bird arrived. This is the first bird, and she identified this pigeon by its big head. Now 2, now 3, like that all the birds, number of birds they gathered, they came to feed these breadcrumbs. And she is happily observing these birds, and she is saying, this bird is least timid and this bird is even unable to eat. I should take this bird and feed this bird from my hand. And Don Lora is saying that one bird that takes his piece and flies up to the branch alone, she compares that bird to a philosopher. Just like philosopher who prefers to be alone, this bird prefers to be alone. That's why it collected its piece of breadcrumbs and just flies up to another branch. Now Don Lora is saying, don't quarrel. The birds were quarreling. They were eating the breadcrumbs competitively. So that's why she is laughing. Haha, don't quarrel. So enough breadcrumbs are there for all of you. And tomorrow I'm going to bring even more breadcrumbs. So like this, Don Loro promises that the next day she is going to bring more breadcrumbs for all the birds. So like this, Petra went to meet and chat with her guard, the guard of the park, and Don Lora, she is enjoying herself by feeding the pigeons. I hope all the students, you are clear by this. The remaining one we are going to continue in the next class. Until then, all of you take care. Bye.